Good morning, everybody. And I finally decided to do a vintage wet set. This has been one of my biggest fears since I've been on YouTube is to do a vintage wet set in front of everybody because I have no skill. And I have not done one for 5 years. And I thought, I'm going to do, I'm going to roll with it. I'm not going to practice. I'm just going to get all my stuff out that I need and kind of relearn how to wet set again. Back when I did do wet sets over 5 years ago, I only maybe did a couple a year. I never did any patterns. I just did it from the YouTube videos that I had seen and by my mom's pictures. My mom and grandma's pictures kind of went by their stuff. But now that I'm 50 plus, I'm going to modify a little bit how I style my wet set, even how I do my wet set. So I'm sitting at my little vanity table here this morning, and this is a little table that my grandpa Bean built probably, I would say, in the 60s, and it's just a very basic craftsman. It was whitewashed when I got it, so I decided to paint it what colors? Lavender and sage, and it's like whatever Mod Podge of acrylic art paint that I had later on is what I used. So, of course, it's going to be longer than usual because I talk so much. So the basic stuff that I get, and I'm kind of a low budget styling girl, and you can do this pretty inexpensively, is I have my bristle rollers. And I have used foam rollers and I like those too, but from 5 years ago when I did my big vintage purge, I got rid of all my foam rollers and now I just have my bristle rollers. So you need bristle rollers for this, and then these little picks. And this is probably what my mom used. She probably used rag rollers, this. I know when I was young, she always go to the beauty parlor once a week and get her hair set, and they always use the bristle rollers and then put her under one of those great big hoods. And that was kind of like our outing, is that we go to the beauty parlor, Mom would visit and talk, they'd always have coffee, and they'd always have fun magazines and stuff for the kids while they were waiting. So what I have is my motion setting lotion, which is kind of standard from everybody. And then also a dilution of that. I put a little squirt bottle. I got this for $1. This runs about $8. Bristle rollers, I think you can get a set for like 10. And mine came with 4 different sizes, little micro ones that I won't use anymore because I'm trying to loosen up my curl. That's the smallest in my set. And then this is my largest. And I think if I'm going to do something this large, I probably will just do a hot air set with it. So I'm just using these 2 sizes today. These 2, my motion setting lotion that's been diluted. I did wash my hair last evening and I got up this morning and I just dampened it because back when I started, I wasn't very knowledgeable. So I thought, oh, wash my hair, put my setting lotion in straight, and then set it right away. Well, it was so sopping wet and I have really thick hair. And oh my God, it would take, if I left it out and just let it air dry naturally, it would take forever. If it was under the bonnet, that helped a little bit, but it was a long time. So damp hair. So if you freshly washed it, let it dry a bit. And then if you're like me, I washed my hair last night, so I just got up and I went to the bathroom, got a bunch of water on my hands, rubbed it through my hair, and put a little motions on it. I had some leftover hairspray from yesterday on it. And then I'll have this for wedding sections today. And then I've got a few pin curl clips in case I need them. And if you are going to do your set, must have is I like a nice cotton scarf to wrap it up in if you're going to just let it air dry, which is better for your hair. And then a section comb, and these are $1. I've got 8 million vintage scarves. You can get vintage scarves by the lot for hardly anything if you look around. And then, of course, my last, I got rid of all my other ones, but I did keep my one bonnet hair dryer. So here's the bonnet hose, and then here's the little unit itself. And I think it must originally came in a case when I got it. It just came this way. Kind of disconnects once in a while on me, so we'll see how this is going to go. Like I said, I haven't done a vintage set for 5 years. So, like I said, I was never super skilled at it to begin with. and we'll see how it rolls today, and we'll see how we can get this to working on. I plugged it in to see if it ran, but we'll see if it works right. All right, so we're gonna get going, and I have a mirror here, so I'm gonna be kind of looking back and forth, and wish me luck, because like I said, it's been 5 years, and the years that I did it before that, I only did it X amount of times during the year, because I did a lot of curling iron sets too. So let's just get Mary, just get going. It's gonna be okay. So I'm just gonna re-wet this, and this is my hair dries. It's thick, but it dries pretty fast. So I'm just gonna set that with my 50/50 solution, and I'm not gonna speed this up, and I'm just gonna sit and visit with you during the whole thing. Oh my gosh, it's been so long. And you know what I went and did, and I knew I was gonna do this today. Nope, I'm gonna have to go with the next size down. What I did was I took the scissors last night, and I knew I was gonna do this today, right? So I took my scissors last night, and I thought, oh, I want to trim my bangs, and I decided, and I just went, oh my lord. So I'm gonna have to go through the little roller here, and if some of it falls out or whatever, don't worry about it, because if some falls out, you can like try to do a little pin curl, whatever. Oh, I maybe should show you. So I got my roller and just put it forward, put my little pick in. I gotta see what I'm doing. Put my pick in. Be careful, because you can really, like, don't gouge it into your scalp. So we'll just keep going back. This is still wet because I overdid it. Like I said, I wish I could like have a whole mirror set up and talk to you while I'm doing this. So my shorter hair, I'm going to use these little yellow rollers, and if I run out, because I may, I'll go with whatever I got in the bag, and I've done that in the past too. You know, less hair, faster it will dry, but I'm going to go underneath the bonnet. So, see that? It's sticking right up. That ain't going to help me. So I'm going to redo this. Like I said, it's been 5 years since I've done a wet set. Like I said before that, I didn't do that many. I was never skilled at it. And I thought, you know what? I would like to see somebody. See, that popped up again, so I have to redo that. I like to see somebody who doesn't have any skill do one. It's me. So, just flip it around and roll her back. And they said I would do a fast forward, but I'm not going to. You guys can just suffer with me through this. And I'll tell you, if I wasn't on video when I do this, oh my God. So I tell you, there's some not good language going on. There we go. Before when I would do this. Just take a section, and I don't section it off. I just grab some, comb it through, wet it up. And I wish I had, but I didn't want to spend $5. I wish I would have had a fine mist sprayer. That maybe would have been a little bit better. But I'll make do with what I got. And like I said, there's no rhyme nor reason to what I do. I just roll it up, put my stick in, hope for the best. So I'm going to save for the very back, just in case I roll. I'll grab my pink ones if I need to use them. So I do pretty big sections for one. I am, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not patient. Oh, some of these girls do the most beautiful wet sets, but I found with my janky skills, I can get a decent style out of whatever I do back here. I gotta think of which way would this unroll. That's why I gotta put my pin in. Okay, so I'm back to the I think I might have enough curlers. That would be great. I'm to my very back section here. So this is what it's looking like so far. Like I said, I see all these girls, and they're so skilled, and they just whip through it, and it's so perfect. And I thought, aren't there people like me out there? Are there people that don't know what they're doing? Never really got the knack of it. I got it. When I was doing it, I did get a little more proficient at it. But like I said, I decided not to do a test run, not to practice, because I wanted it to be authentic. I wanted to like, hey, I'll suffer too, because like I said, I didn't do it that much before, which was over 10 years, like I said. So I wasn't ever really efficient at it. and I thought it maybe make you feel better. So I'm back up to here. So I have the whole back section done. So I'm just left with now are these two hunks in the front, and I'm gonna have plenty of curlers. So now this is where you're gonna section it. Like if I was using my curling iron and blowing it out, you know, I would do my whole like whatever. But like I said, if you miss a piece, so I'm gonna dissection this. So I have two. I'm gonna have two curlers in the back and one in the front. So I'm gonna kind of go down the middle and halfway down section it. Like I said, I wish I would have had my stuff set up so I didn't have to, and it wasn't a side, but I don't have anything professional and nothing's fancy here. It's just me sitting in my guest room where all my vintage stuff is doing this. You can comb that through, and I just, you know what I do? I'll just run my fingers through it. And there's going to be people that say, because there are a lot of critiquers out there when you do videos. Anything from background noise. I had somebody who was not happy when I was doing my talk about styling over 50. Like, you know, get rid of them dogs. They're barking. This is my life. And I don't do this for this is just a hobby. I don't do it for any other reason. It's a hobby for me. So I'm going to use another blue one. I've just used a couple yellows on top and then blues all the way down. So it's not that many curlers. I try to get it above my ear just for the fact of my bonnet when I put it on. Like I said, I've put these little clippies at a wrong angle and just speared the heck out of me. And my ear's kind of, I'm just going to fold my ear. You know what? That's going to really bother me. So take it out and do it again. I don't want to be uncomfortable. And like I said, you'll see like little pieces of hair sticking up that are not in the rollers. And that's okay, because guess what? If you miss something, like I know I got stragglers all. Well, another problem I have is I cut my own hair all the time. I go into my lovely ladies at Hair Associates in Red Wing, and they do, oh my God, they're so good. I feel bad for them. But I cut my hair myself all through the year. I go in for a couple times if I'm going for them to fix it. But it's a mess, so I don't have any straight layers or nothing's even. That's why you'll see, like, why is stuff sticking out all over the place? It's because I cut my own hair all the time. And it's a mess. And like I said, the ladies at Hair Associates, I'm just saying, same thing on this side. Just going to re-wet it because it dries. Even though I got thick hair, it seems that it dries because you want your hair to be wet when you do this because it changes the structure of your hair, and then when it dries, you get a better curl on your hair. So I'm going to have 4 quadrants, and then I'm just doing the back 2. And like I said, you can run a comb through that if you want. I'm not going to. I'm going to show you how I really do it, which isn't anything too fancy. And if you're like, I can't see what you're doing, what are you doing? I'm just taking a hunk and I'm just rolling it around and sticking a pin in it, and pieces are coming out, and that's okay. And if you'd like to have a very nice hair tutorial that's nice, there is a channel called Lisa Fremont Street and channel called The Lady in Waking, and a Vintage Vanity, and she's Jennifer Elise. They no longer have an active channel, but they have all of their videos up there. And if you want to see some great wet sets and patterns, and you can watch them. I just put this up because for the people that are like me who don't have any skills, I want you to know that, hey, you can do it too. Don't be afraid. So I'll just pull it down and I'll back roll it up. Like I said, I'm just making sure I kind of get it above or by my ear and put a pick in it. Be careful when you put your pick in so you don't pick yourself. So now I've got these 2 straggly things here, right? So I'm going to do is I would like to, and I ran out of my colors. So I'm going to use the smaller, roller. but I'm going to roll it loose, not super tight. And then we'll see what we get. And then if I use that, and because, I wanted softer curls around my face, but just because of my hair length, I don't want to use the big yellow curler because I want there definitely to be a vintagey looking curl in it, right? So I have this one hunk right here, right? See the stuff that's poking out there? So I'm going to put this into two pieces that are kind of equal. And like I said, so these are smaller rollers. I like to have my green ones here. Am I going to buy another set of green ones so that I have enough? No. I'll use what I got. So I'm going to use my yellow one here. And I can always soften that curl up. And I'm just not going to... Okay, here we go with Mary's homemade haircuts. My hairs are just all over the place. And you can do, after you do your wet set, which has, really great staying power. After you do your wet set, if you miss out like me, I got a little rod curling iron. It's about, I don't know what the diameter is. It's about the big around as my finger. And you can do a little fix-a-roo on what you missed. My last little piece. And you see, I don't have a pattern. You can roll them down, you can roll them around, you can roll them towards your face. You can do whatever. And like I said, since it's been 5 years, and I am sure back when I was doing this, and I remember, I'm sure back when I was doing this and I had done it, for a year or whatever, I probably had figured out what was the best for me, if I had a little bit of a pattern. So I have absolutely no idea what I used to do. I never did a video of it. I didn't do any pictures of me doing it. I have absolutely no recollection of what the heck I did either. So, like I said, I'm just doing a quick, what would I normally do? Because I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing stuff. So let's be realistic. Am I going to spend 8 doing pretty sections and roll patterns and stuff? I'm not going to. So you're getting what I would normally do in real life. Okay, so now I got this section here. That's like a piece is up here, and I got a piece there. So I'm going to take some of it out of here for the lower curler. Hike it up closer to the section up here. And then just roll, and whatever I get, I get. Now this is usually the side, because I part my hair on the side. So this is usually where I would like to have a little teeny curl, because I do a little ringletti thing right here. So I'll kind of make sure that's right above my temple area, because I do remember I have little baby wispy hairs here. So I usually part my hair on the side, and I usually like some type of little, not a rosette, but you know what I'm saying. Looks kind of like a little pin curl. And then I used to have the, updo and then kind of back, but I've kind of softened it around my face a little bit because of my age. Otherwise it looks pretty stark. So that's what I'm trying to do, is soften a little bit. There's pieces flying all over the place. I got one big piece I can see right flying. That's one thing. Look around when you're done and see what you're left with. So I have some pin curl clips, and I will fix it with that, hopefully. I said, get that above my ear. Like I've said 3 times, and I have a habit of repeating myself all the time. Ow. That one's got a bend to it, so I'm going to grab a different one. I got a whole box of these. Yeah, I repeat myself all the time. Where was I going with that? So I'm just going to kind of look around and see what's kind of hanging, and I can feel this. There is a great big piece right here in the back that's just hanging out. Don't have any idea. I'm going to wrap it around my finger. You could do another curler back there, I guess, if you wanted to. I'm just wrapping it around my finger and doing a pin curl. Taking my little pin curl clip, stick it in there, and getting that little piece. Like I said, I got some little curlers, I could do those. But let's just do a little pin curl clip. And I just kind of feel around loose to see what I have flopping around. And I got another little hunk right here. Have no clue. It's kind of by that pin curl. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull it all out. See if they're close enough together. It's right here. It's just this random rogue piece. And since there's more, I'm going to take my curler and wrap it around and just throw it in the middle there. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. Every once in a while, I do remember I roll roll it kind of weird. I take them out, and I kind of have to. If now you know what? Now just something just popped in my head. I have a cowlick that's on this side. That's why I'd never part my hair over here. See that great big hole I got with my curler? So hopefully when I try to brush this out, that my setting pattern doesn't feed into my cowlick on this side and really make it exaggerate. Because then you just got a mess of trying to get the hair down to cover your cowlick. And I'm probably, like I said, when I take this out, I'm probably going to look at it and things will come flooding back to me about what to do and why to do it and what I did it for. So I did this for you non-skilled gals, me. And just to show you, you don't have to be fearful of doing a vintage wet set, because just get some picks. Like I said, these don't cost you much. I think these are $10. You probably can get these for 5 or 6, if even that. I got 12 of these little clippies for $1.50 at my Family Dollar, or Family General, whatever. So what do I have? Let's see. What do I have invested in this? 8 for the motions, 8, say 9, 10, 20, 25. $25. I got invested. Plus, I said you don't need the bonnet blow dryer. So $25 to invest in doing some vintage wet sets. And like I said, I just did a free-for-all today. My hair is jagged up, cut well. It's all over the place. And I just said, I'm just going to sit down and struggle and work through it with you guys since it's been so long. So you're like, because everybody's so professional and does such a wonderful job, and I really love watching all the gals do their wet sets, and they do such a wonderful job. But don't feel bad if you are, I'm not crying, don't feel bad if you're like me and you have no skill or just want to go for it. Just go for it. Grab these essential things and just roll it up, and then and I'm sure it would all come back to me, all the things of what for and why, what I used to do, but I don't remember anymore. And after you do it 2 or 3 times yourself, you'll start feeling more comfortable. I remember after I had done them for 6 months, I did feel comfortable doing them. I just don't remember how I did it or what I did. So after you've done it for a few times, you'll get your own what feels comfortable, how you like to roll it, what not to do when you roll it, because it depends on your haircut. And you can get vintage haircuts that are more conducive to vintage styling, but I wear my hair kind of like a rolled forward shag in everyday life. When I have the ladies cut it, right now it's just a shaggy mess. That's why nothing rolls up great. There's stuff sticking out. And like I said, after I cut my bangs last night, it looks like I just took a bowl and put it on my head and cut them. Like, I wasn't even thinking. But I'm going to be going to Vegas here in a month, and I'm going to go have a nice professional haircut. The ladies will fix it, and they're so great. They're such lovely ladies over at Hair Associates. They always fix it up, and they know when I come in, they'll just like, would you like me to blend this in for you, Mary? Yeah. And they're really good. So after I get the professional haircut, I'll have like even layers, which will make it easier. But I just wanted to show you on a head of hair with somebody I haven't done it for 5 years. And like I said, before I did that, I didn't do it very much. But I'll get my skill set back after I do it a few times. Things will come back to me about why not to do it that way, or don't put the rollers this way, because that's what works better for you. So don't be afraid of it. And like I said, you go on and there's such lovely ladies who do such great jobs. Don't be, it's because I'm laughing, I'm sorry. Don't be intimidated because, you look at them like, oh my gosh, they whip them out and they look so great. I'm just showing you. You don't have to have any skill. You don't have to do anything professionally. But maybe I'm talking too soon. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to leave you on while I try to figure this out. So I did plug it in. No smoke came from it. Probably from the 60s. And I know people are like, that those bonnets had asbestos or what, I don't know. So it's got a little thing you hook the hose into here. And I couldn't get this to pop and stay in. Oh, there, maybe I did now. So what I do is I put my hose on, and then I'm going to turn it on hot and warm the bonnet up before, because it's a soft vinyl, but it helps loosen up the it smells kind of funky. But I haven't used this for 5 years either. So it will warm it up so it's easier to put on your head. And they do make modern oh, I just look at, and it's what a mess this is. It's alright, we'll see what we get. They do make modern blow dryer or hair dryers, and they do make ones that it's just a bonnet, and then the bonnet has an adapter that hooks onto blow dryer. So you can buy these, you can buy the hard ones, and you can buy the ones that, and this has a string in it. I'm like, oh, I hope that string still holds out. It looks like it's gonna be. It looks like it. Oh, I'm sorry if I was off camera. I don't know. I covered up my screen so I can't see myself. So you put this so the hose is in the back, and I'm gonna look and see what I'm doing here in the mirror. Alright, I'm gonna move that back a little bit, and then what you do is there's a string in the back. See if I can find it. That you pull so the bonnet goes snug. So I'm not going to worry about it that I can't see right now because it's over my eyes. I'm just trying to get this pulled snug, and it's got a little clip that slides up the string. Okay. So there is my bonnet dryer, and then just because I can't stand when this is blowing in my ears, I will tuck my ears over it, and I'll pull this up, and then I'm ready to roll. That drives me crazy. Even though I'm going to just be sitting in here for a little while, I'm going to put a pin curl clip up there to hopefully hold it a little bit up off my face. Kind of zhuzh it around a little bit. So I'm going to sit here with this on until my hair is dry. When I'm done, I'll take a look and I'll see approximately how long it took for this to dry. And then I'm going to come back and see what we're left with, and see if I can salvage what I've done. So see you guys in a little bit when my hair is dry.